Hello there, welcome to Ballman Tech. So today we are looking at the AMD Wraith Spire RGB that comes with the Ryzen R7 1700 processor and some of my personal opinions on that versus the Hyper 212 Evo. At the top you can see the white AMD lit up branding. I'm not a fan of the black little stickers that they put on which appear to block some of the light from emitting, so I guess they did that for effect so it looks nice, and when it's actually in the case you won't really be able to tell. The fan has a quite modern design, and as you can see, just like most fan manufacturers or rebranders, that the AMD sticker is not centered in the fan, so I swear it's like they do this just to irritate the OCD in us. It does come with a black 4-pin connector and nice braided sleeving. So here we're looking at the large chunk of copper that is on the bottom of the Wraith Spire. You can also notice from this footage that there are keepers on each of the screws, so you don't have to worry about losing those. The fin design looks fairly typical for a stock cooler. The cable does have a nice braiding on it. I do really wish that the little tiny 4-pin end that connects into the top of the Wraith Spire didn't actually show the red, green, and blue wires that go into it. So even though it's 3 wires going in, I wouldn't recommend trying this on any kind of aftermarket like RGB controllers that you could pick up at, say, a flea market or even on eBay, as it seems like it's a unique power delivery system to actually control this RGB. And additionally, I kind of wish that they had maybe not use heat shrink so far at the end. I mean, I guess it's supposed to protect it, but it is a proprietary connector as well. So the other end of the RGB cable includes a 4-pin connector that will plug right into any 4-pin RGB header on your motherboard. And the overall low profile that this cooler has will fit in a lot of cases in tight spaces. The RGB ring that goes around the Wraith Spire, when it is set to white, does not look anything like the white AMD logo itself. My MSI Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard has the same thing with the bluish tint, as well as my Sapphire card, so it seems to be a pretty common trend. Some of the manufacturers are starting to come out with white pins, so they're creating a 5-pin LED header. So this is the Hyper 212 Evo AM4 adapter bracket that comes from Cooler Master. It was free, but I still had to pay the $8 shipping and handling, so you tell me what's really free here. But the thumb screws are a little bit hard to get set. They do have retainers, so they won't pop off, but I recommend just slipping it over the 2 little hooks that are on the stock AM4 bracket on the motherboard, and then just barely getting both threads started first before you even put a couple turns in it, so it'll make it a lot easier. Okay, so this about wraps up my review of the AMD Wraith Spire RGB cooler that comes with the R7 1700. I am personally going to stick to the Hyper 212 Evo with the dual fan setup. Just because of the cooler temperatures, I'm able to achieve a little bit higher clock at 3.925 gigahertz, and because of the 15 degrees Celsius cooler temperatures that I'm personally seeing. Now, some people are seeing a little bit better results out of the AMD Wraith Spire. I am using old thermal paste that is not very good, but I did use that on both the Hyper 212 and the AMD Wraith Spire, so I think that the differences is still going to be the same whether or not I use some really good thermal paste.
And if you like this episode and would like to see more, please don't forget to tap that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know as soon as another video comes out, well, click the little notification bell and you'll know right away when the new video is up. Thanks for watching.